Welcome to the Talon Outdoors Show. I'm Charlie.
I'm JD.
And I am Fred.
I'm Captain Paul Tyre.
And I'm Grant.
Got some guests in the studio today.
Yes,
just kind of over there hitting. I told Fred when we walked in that Dale. I said, told Fred we
be on your best
behavior. Dale's got a friend in here, so you watch what you say. And when I walked in, apparently Fred didn't get the message.
That was a true story.
No, we're not going to talk about that. I don't know. I don't even know the whole story, but when I walked in, I was thoroughly disgusted with what I was hearing, and I don't want to hear any more of it. So anyway, what's going on in the gun world today, JD? Is anything up with the new laws, or we got anything? Hey, so
I don't know, man.
The ATF ain't working. I know that.
The ATF ain't working. Yeah, so
it's a little nipply outside.
It feels good.
Okay, so since the government shut down, we're steering this in another direction.
And,
since the government shut down, we're not getting tax stamp stuff work, but we are getting.
You can submit. You can still do everything if you want to buy a suppressor. We're selling suppressors every day. We're doing submissions every day. It's just the people that review those applications and the tax stamp people and all that good stuff ain't sending nothing back because they're not there.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand. I mean, the government is not going to stay shut down, unfortunately. They're going to come back.
They're all going to get paid for every hour they're not working.
Yeah, they're getting paid. They're going to get paid. They're probably still getting paid right now. I don't know how that works. They'll get back paid.
I talked to somebody over at the federal prison system the other day, and he was one of the critical staff people. He says, well, the administration's gone home, and we can't get this and do that, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, y'all get paid after this. They did pass whatever funding bill. You're going to get paid for whatever you're not working. He goes, well, yeah. I said, so I don't understand.
Why you home?
Why they send you home, but they're going to turn around and pay y'all. And I may be wrong, but that's what I've heard and that's what I've read on the internet. So it's got to be true.
Well, a lot of them making TikTok videos.
Well, whatever.
Yeah, and it's
wouldn't know.
And I don't know. They're stupid videos. Are the ones I've seen.
Are you talking about the ones where you in them?
No. I don't put.
No, you're on TikTok, my friend. You are on TikTok.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I know all too well.
You went viral on TikTok. Yeah,
all kind of bald jokes and everything else going on.
So you're just bringing it back up again, but I don't want to hurt your feelings or nothing. But yeah, of course we were. They called us names too. I mean, but
you speak for yourself. I don't think they call me nothing.
Well, no, I'm the bald-headed guy. But
like bald head's got a podcast. And one of them's like
old head.
Old heads,
whatever that is.
Boomer cringe.
Not a boomer. Not a boomer.
I'll fight you over that. I'm not a boomer.
And so speaking of boomers, so I had this client in the office early this week. Cute college girl, possession of alcohol, not a big deal, and but she was all freaked out. She's 19 years old and got her dad in there, and they ended up retaining me. And so I gave her my card, and I said, look, you can call me at any time. So she looks at my card. She says, who is Face Smiles? And I'm like, what? And she points to my card as facsimile.
Will you actually spell out facsimile on your card?
Yes.
Instead of just fax?
Yes, we're proper in Mom. But apparently...
You say so.
Face Smiles. And I'm like...
Wow.
I just put my head in my hands. And her dad, basically my age, he was in there. He put his head in the hands. And I told her, I said, look.
And somebody's probably paying for that education. He probably has paid a lot for it to this point.
And I just... Oh, boy. She didn't know what a fax was.
Yeah, well, nobody
told her that's a French guy that works with me.
Somebody says, do you have a fax number?
I mean,
no.
We don't even have a fax number up here. You can't fax us nothing.
Well, facsimile is the most secure way to send a document.
That may be.
It ain't going to get hacked. I mean,
that may be, but you got to have a fax machine, and we don't even have a...
Well, I got a fax machine. I got a typewriter, too. And I can use it.
Electric typewriter or manual?
I got electric. Okay. I mean, you type. They're cool. I took typing in high school.
So I did too. I took 2 years of typing in high school.
I could type like a
and I passed with an A every 6 weeks, but only because my teacher really liked squirrels and brim and catfish and bass. Because I couldn't type a lick, but my teacher really appreciated it when some fresh clean squirrels showed up at class, or some brim, or some catfish, or whatever me and the boys went out and caught, and whatever else, I would, about once a week, I would bring her a mess of fish or something like that. I made an A.
I had Miss Bortz at Leon High, and she would come by with a ruler, and if you weren't typing with your hands, kind of like playing the piano, if you didn't have your hands curved, while you, she'd come by with that ruler and smack you.
I went to the class every day. I just didn't really participate.
I got beat with that ruler time and again.
Now is the time for all good men to come to the aid of their country.
I had Miss Speed as a typing teacher. Yeah, Miss Speed.
Well, that's intimidating.
Yeah, and she taught my mama, who turned around and became a typing, shorthand, bookkeeping teacher in high school. So then my mama's teaching typing, and I'm in class with my mama's typing teacher. So the expectations were much higher than I was able to achieve.
It's like becoming a software programmer, and your university professor is Dr. Dell.
There you go.
Oh, Lord.
No, I was I could type. I can type, but the problem is I make as many mistakes as I do anything else. And when it came out with a typewriter that had the backspace key that had the correction tape in the typewriter, now that's pretty cool there. Yeah. Otherwise, it was it was. But anyway, I like electric typewriters. It's pretty cool.
There were people in my law school class that you could take. They had a separate room for when you take your final exam, because in law school your final exam is the only test you get for that class. So that's your grade.
Whatever you get, switch. So
they test you over the whole term, and so you don't know what's coming. But and you have to write stuff. And there were people that had a typing room for people, and they take an electric typewriter in there and type out their answers to the.
I learned to type on an Underwood mechanical, way older than I would, like pre World War II.
We had hit the thing.
Remember when you typed too many keys and they'd all get stuck?
Locked up. I learned to type on that. They wouldn't let the those of us that were the first typing one class. They wouldn't let us touch the electric ones. With the ball on it or whatever. We had to learn how to whoosh whack. And you come out of there and you into the semester you got so much muscle your fingers look like sausages. When you.
I like sneak in there and take all the little balls on the Selectrics and flip that little lid and take that ball off and just set it back on there. Just go around the room and do that to all of them. Except mine. Everybody's like, what's going on?
I think they made actually a translator device on there where you type it in English, and it's what you do is you find you one written in whatever the Chinese or Japanese form is, and you put that thing on there.
If you go like over into another country, like European country or down the islands, and you look at a keyboard, they got different keyboards.
Yeah, they don't have the QWERTY.
Yeah, they're arranged, and I was down in St. Bart's. I went looking at this type thing. They had an internet room in there. Yeah. And it's bizarre.
Very different.
All the letters are not where they're supposed to be.
So do you know why the QWERTY keyboard exists?
No.
Would you like me to tell you?
I would like.
I can tell you why.
Well, James QWERTY was a.
No, it's the QWERTY keyboard is QWERTY, whatever. It's because those letters are. When they originally started making the typewriters, they put them in alphabetical order or whatever, and people were typing faster than the machines could keep up with.
Really?
Yeah. The mechanical machines would do what Charlie said, and they would get locked up if you got to running that thing too hard. So they had to scatter the letters out on the keyboard. You can Google me on the break. Scatter the letters out on the keyboard to put it where it don't make any sense to slow people down.
So that's just a random thing.
It is.
Somebody made that decision.
Somebody did that to confuse people.
Yes, sir.
Jack was.
To keep them, to slow them down.
And that's why I had to take typing like that.
Yes, sir.
That's me.
Home keys and all that good stuff.
Well, what's funny is the kids don't have to take texting 101. I mean,
they
there's
sure
that little keyboard right there. They type faster
like
with their dadgum thumb than.
I quit doing that. I talk into mine.
I can't figure out how to do that. I hadn't sorted that out.
Mine is starting to understand my redneckese.
Phone screen get cracked.
Did he just tell us it was up? No, he didn't. He didn't count down.
He held a finger up.
Oh, he gave.
Now it's a fist.
All right.
That means his fist gonna hit you if you don't quit talking.
I don't know what it means.
Punch you if you don't hush up.
If you don't shut up.
I know what this one means.
If you don't shut up, I'm gonna bust you in the mouth.
What are you, my wife?
Yeah. Hit you in the mud flaps.
Don't get him excited now. All right, we'll be right back. And we're back. So I walked in, looked at my desk, JD. It's a nice little prayer book we got here.
Yeah, it
It's,
is.
He
Mr.
dropped one
Keller.
off. He dropped one off for both of us.
Yeah.
All three of us.
All three.
Yep.
You got one.
Mine's in my office.
This is a. I don't know if you know Jay Brent Pichard.
I do.
I have known him most of my life. He is some kind of speaker. He's very spiritual, good Christian man, and he wrote this book a long time ago, and called God,
Dogs and Ducks.
Dogs and Ducks, and he gave each of us one.
It's pretty.
And Jay Brent Pichard, his son, is one of my best friends, and he's a lot like his dad.
Are you looking for a prayer? Because I know you probably don't know any. But he actually,
I
he
know
wrote
about-
these, right?
I make them up as I go along.
I know God
This is
great.
available on Amazon,
And yeah, it
the
is.
pocket edition.
It's
God,
a beautiful
God,
book.
Dogs, and Ducks.
And it's got a wood binding,
Yeah,
wood
that's
cover,
nice.
and just a great addition for your if you got a man room with some guns and some taxidermy, this would look really good on it. So
Or
Pichard-
coffee table.
coffee table.
This is the pocket edition is available on Amazon, so I know you can get that on Amazon. I'd look for God, Dogs, and
Ducks.
Ducks. Be careful how you say that. Don't get tongue tied.
I was going to say.
Don't get tongue tied.
Say it slowly.
Yeah, I had to stop myself because you know how you
Guy
curse
gives a
around
nice
some
gift
people,
and
but
he
you don't
turns it
curse around
around.
other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, sometimes your tongue gets on autopilot, and you say the wrong thing under the wrong circumstances, and then you kind of regret it.
So you just say
I-
yabba dabba do. And
Well, when you're recording a radio show, you got to be real careful.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because I tend to
Or your
say
public-
things.
yeah, y'all are the crowd I cuss around. You know.
I tell you what. Talk about nice books. I went the other day. I spoke to NEBA. That's the network of entrepreneurs and business.
I thought that was Northeast
Northeast.
Business.
It used to be the Northeast Business Alliance, but then I guess they figured there was just not the North. They were too territorial up in that area, so they changed it. Basically it's a network of entrepreneurs here in Tallahassee.
They're conservative folks.
For the most part, not all of them, but it's fairly conservative. The room
You want to
leans
stay in
conservative.
business. If you want to stay in
Well, if
business,
you want to stay in
gotta be
business,
conservative.
yeah, you want to be. If you're business oriented, at least part of you is a capitalist.
Yeah.
And I went and spoke to them not long ago about what was it, active shooter, personal safety, and stuff like that. And I get to appear up there from time to time. And you know how when you go to civic clubs, you'll get a coffee cup or something engraved or some little plaque or something. You know, over the years you get those things, and I appreciate them every time I get them because it's cool. But you don't really have so many paperweights and so many coffee cups and stuff. Well, the other day they gave me what I would describe as what do they call those things, a coffee table book. It was basically a book. It's a big old, like a
picture
foot
book?
by a foot and a half
picture
picture book
book? Yeah.
about Tallahassee.
Hey.
And it's hardbound, and some of the folks on the chamber and all, I think, contributed to it. And it was like a $40 book. And,
I wish you'd brought the
and
book.
it came in a Hearth and Soul bag, so I'm pretty sure you could buy it
Oh,
at
you
Hearth
buy
and
it at
Soul in
Hearth and Soul,
Tallahassee.
yeah.
That thing's nice. I took it home and set it on the table. My wife goes, "Did you get this for me?" And I went, "Well,
Yeah.
yeah, sure, I did." I told her
Yes,
the
I
story,
did.
but I
Merry
appreciate
Christmas.
that. That was one of the most thoughtful things that I've seen at any of the places that I've been, and I didn't obviously expect anything that nice, especially
It's nice
you
to
know,
have stuff like
having
that.
to sit there and listen to me.
Yeah.
I like history books like that. I really do. I'm one of those weird people can sit
But
down and read.
it's
his-
just a picture
Have
of
you ever-
Tallahassee. It's not a history. It's just like
it is
pretty
a
pictures
it is
of
a history
things that are.
book. It's
Well, it was a history because they probably did it 6 months ago. Now it's
Oh.
history.
okay. I thought
But-
you said it's modern pictures of.
It's modern pictures
Oh,
of
okay.
Tallahassee.
I thought it would have been. Like,
Well, now I mean, there's Paul's Poorhouse and Jim and Milt's and stuff like that in it. So I mean, there's some history.
Poor
but
Paul's Poorhouse.
That
Yeah.
Jim and Mills, when they closed, I cried. I mean, it was just, I love that. Every time I
Yes.
went to the jail, I'd go out there and stop at Jim and Mills.
I just
man.
want
miss that-
I just
that
want somebody who should be able to get it to get me the Brunswick stew, their Brunswick stew
Oh, it's
recipe.
good. And the Yankee plate.
Yankee, Yankee barbecue.
It was good.
I got their seasoning.
You did?
Oh yeah, I got somebody that makes the seasoning. I know I got that. I got the spice stuff that they put on the barbecue, the hard
I miss that
rub.
place. I mean, hey,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Judge Flurry's relatives.
That's what that hint was at, because I know he listens, and I'm like, I really want the Brunswick stew recipe, because
he listens to us.
I think they do. I think he do. Yeah.
I've known him for years. Sat behind him at the bar exam.
Well, Ron's the only one to let you come in the courtroom with
That's
the
where
suit
it all
on.
started, with in front of him with a chicken
with
suit.
the Halloween suit on. What you doing this year? You going to tell us, or is it a surprise?
I haven't decided. I've seen a couple of things. I went last week to Target, and my wife didn't know I was going in there.
I got the perfect one for you, and I don't know if you've done this or not, but I got an idea.
Okay, don't say anything.
Don't say anything? Okay. I'll tell you after. I'll tell you on the break what I think.
She gets upset at me when I go into these stores like Target and Walmart by myself, because I always buy stuff that
you don't need.
Put in the yard. And I got a 12-foot scarecrow been putting this thing together. He makes noise. And all these Halloween decorations all end with a.
So I saw a video where a raccoon had climbed up into the candy dish on somebody's porch.
That's
AI.
Pretty sure that's AI, because they've changed it. The possum. I've seen the possum. I've seen the coon. I've seen the mountain lion.
But the thought process is, if you get you one of those motion detector Halloween things, and you put some bait out there on the porch, or something will come up there after it, and then you set up a camera, you can get that for real. That'd be funny.
Well, this scarecrow, I mean, he like moves his hands. And,
They got these giant skeletons.
What do you do with that stuff the rest of the year?
You store it in your attic, and you junk it up, and it collects dust, and then you get it out next year. You start sneezing all over the place. And,
Somebody, that's a. I saw. Did you see the sheriff that allegedly got in trouble for having the skeletons in his yard with the ice vests on, and then it had I would have to call, let's say the stereotype Mexican with the poncho and the hats on, climbing his fence. Climbing his fence, and he got these two guys with ice vests on.
Now, hold on a minute. You know good and well that man had nothing to do with that. His wife did that, I guarantee you. And she didn't think nothing about it. She just thought it would be funny. And that poor sheriff, if he's in trouble for that, what are you going to do?
It's funny. It's funny, and I don't understand why you can't laugh at that. I mean, it's comedy regardless of how you feel about it.
It is. It is awesome. And tip of my hat to his wife.
That's funny. I don't care who you are.
Oh, jeez.
Tip my hat to his wife that came
over.
Now
be calling all kind of names. It's funny though. I'm sorry.
That's funny. Listen, if you can't laugh at stuff in this world, then I feel for you, and your life's going to be a lot shorter than if you can just laugh at the things. And I understand people get angry about things, people get mad about stuff, but if you can't laugh at stuff, then it's a sad place that we can't find the humor in things. It's not like he went out there to poke at anybody. If he put it out there, he put it out there because it was funny. It's funny.
It is.
It is.
I
mean, it just is.
So what kind of trouble did he get in?
I don't know. He probably got canceled. He probably got canceled on whatever that means.
He probably don't care.
They posted a bunch of stuff on social media. Everybody was calling him out, and everybody's going after him. And I don't know what the end result was, but you know what I'd have done? If it had been me and they reamed me out for all that kind of mess, he's doing he's this and that, I'd have said it's a joke, get over it, and I'd have moved on.
And you'd be fine. Now the problem is if you go in and you apologize.
No, don't apologize.
If you do that, that's like throwing blood in water. I mean,
that's kind of like people ask me. I was talking about SIG 320s and the trigger issues and all the injuries and stuff that allegedly occurs because of SIG pistols going off in the holster. And people go, well, why don't they just fix it? And they could. They could very easily design a trigger system to go back there and retrofit, and they could fix that very easily. But the minute they did that, they would be admitting that it was their fault. And all these lawsuits that would cost them a fortune, there's already costing them one. But if they said, hey, we're gonna make some corrective design changes, then that's them saying we're wrong.
Well,
and so you can't. So the minute you admit fault.
There is a doctrine called the doctrine of subsequent remedial measures, where if you take steps to cure your problem in the interest of safety, that can't be used against you in court, according to the rules of evidence.
Huh.
There you go.
Yeah, but
In
then when,
civil court, you think?
Civil court, yeah.
They'll
Subsequent
find another-
remedial measures.
Really?
Yeah. That's the law.
maybe you call 6
That's,
hours.
that's called the you're trying to do right, so we ain't gonna punish you.
That's
for it.
right.
SIG might be interested in your fee.
I have a reasonable fee.
Well, you just provide them free consulting right here on the radio.
And they can call me. It's,
Did you see where did you see where Publix has come out and said, well,
Yes.
Florida law says it's all right to carry you openly carry. Have you been to Publix with your gun showing yet, Fred?
I have not, but I just found that out yesterday.
So you going tomorrow?
Yeah, you're probably going when we finish the show. I got to get some stuff for the peanuts. And
I'm really wanting to put on my
really?
cowboy rig with
That's what I want, is it?
two
Yeah.
big shiny
I
357
wanna take-
cowboy pistols with ivory grips and
I mean-
my full cowboy gun belt and just walk up in there and
Yeah.
get me a pub sub.
yeah,
So
go in there with my 6-shooter by my side.
So here's the political
the
side of that.
pub
Publix didn't want to come out because it was going to come up. All right, it was going to come up where the first people showed up, and they had
what we
they had
gonna
to
do?
formulate a policy for all their management to comply to, and the policy was we're not going to stop people from doing it because we're in the South, and people will boycott us if we don't allow it. Well, the law allows it, we're going to allow it. Now, the flip side of that is when Dixie came out, which is now Aldi. And Aldi decided, and then Mariana, the grocery store, is a Winn-Dixie being converted to an Aldi, and they have said we would politely request that you secure your firearms in your vehicle.
Yeah,
They don't
I'm
want
just
any
gonna
in
pull
there.
my shirt over it. Thank you.
So that's the minute they get somebody picked up for carrying a gun in there in a small town, they'll boycott that.
Yep.
I bet that'll change.
I don't know. I'm
still-
loving Publix and Home Depot. I can tell you that.
Yeah, well, a tactically bad idea, but it's your right. All right, we'll be right back. And we're back. So we're talking about open carry in Publix, and it's Ron White. I didn't think to be drunk in
I wasn't
public.
drunk in public. I was drunk in the bar. They threw me into public.
When I hear Publix, that's what I think about. So why were you got for trespassing in Publix? I didn't mean to be in Publix. I was on the sidewalk and somebody pushed me into Publix. So if I don't know why it's such a big deal. Everybody, all these stores are having to sort it all out. But I mean, right across where we're at, North Florida and South Alabama, we're right on the line. So whatever is normal in Alabama and Georgia in those chain stores should just happen in Florida now. But the thing is a lot of places, and I think Publix is in fact a Florida-based company. Is that
It is
right?
a Florida-based company, but it goes all the way up
yeah.
into North Carolina, Tennessee.
So now now all these chains have to address it and figure out how they're going to do all that. But they have to be very cautious. I mean, I hate it as a business. If I was a business that didn't have anything to do with guns, and we are a business that deals with guns, if you walk in with a gun strapped on open carry in our store, we're like, hey, you want to trade that on a different one? I mean, we're fine as long as you don't. You're not an idiot and pull it out at the counter and try to show us a loaded gun, which people do sometimes. Hey, can you look at this? And is that loaded? Well, yeah. Stop, please. Hand me that. You've got now with the open carry, you've got the people going around seeing if we can get law enforcement to bother us. We're going to audit the law enforcement response. Listen, it's a learning curve. It's going to take a little while for law enforcement to figure out how to handle this. The people going to call the public. A lot of the public still doesn't know,
Well,
and so they see you walking down the sidewalk with an AR-15, and they're going to call.
Yeah, and you can't blame them because I don't
So
particularly care for that too much myself.
Just because somebody's walking outside with AR-15 doesn't mean law enforcement has the right to get out and question them, but they do have the right to respond and look and assess the threat.
Watch you from a distance.
Is this person a threat? I mean, think about it. If you were walking down the sidewalk with a machete in your hand, would you not expect law enforcement to show up and go, hey, man, are you going to do some lawn work, or are you just walking around, is that just for self-protection, or what is that? No, man, it's just my pet machete. I want to have it in my hand. Well, don't swing it to nobody, and you're all right. Now, where the sticky part's when law enforcement starts detaining you when they cannot do that technically. Now, in I saw something that I think it was the Holmes County Sheriff's Office posted the other day, and there were a couple of guys, Calhoun or Holmes, one or the other, showed up at one of the local prisons. And prisons are a big industry in Florida. Thankfully, we have prisoners because most
a lot
of
of
us,
the rural counties have them.
there's a lot of people that make their living off of watching prisoners in this part of the state. And so these guys showed up on the perimeter of a prison with body armor, and one of them had an open carry pistol. I think the other one, I saw a picture, and he had an AR-15 slung, and he had body armor on, a plate carrier, and he's walking around the perimeter of a prison. He's not going on the property, which would have been a felony, but he was walking around the perimeter, and they called, I think, the sheriff's office there and complained that a deputy showed up and was stalking them, watching them. And
Had it
and
covered.
they were and they showed up in Jackson County as well, up near Graceville. I think they showed up there and just walked around, and of course
that's some of the
Out
stuff.
of
That's just
prison.
not common sense.
Well, that's some of the stuff we
Amen.
talked about when this first became a rule. Is you're going to have stupid people doing stupid things, and I'm sorry, you're stupid. That's a good way to get shot in the head, and just stupid.
prisons have towers with guns.
Yeah,
I don't think that's a
and,
real
and
good
my luck
idea.
is I'd get lost and get off on the wrong side of the line and get within that 150 or 200 foot of the
Yeah.
fence or whatever, and then what?
I
The
go
guys
back-
up there in the tower know how to shoot.
I promise you, the whole time they were there, somebody was watching them.
Probably through a scope.
Well, I don't know what all's up there, but I ain't taking that chance. I mean, listen, guys, if you're out there listening, that's stupid.
Yeah.
I understand you're trying to make a point, and but that's just stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, that's dumb.
It's
and the thing is you're
bad
pushing
for everybody.
people in the middle to the
the other
left of
side.
the issue. Where instead of bringing people on board with us and embracing people who are in the middle and not sure how to swallow this, and they believe in our rights. They believe in our Second Amendment rights. They believe in reasonable, but then you're pushing those people away with the shock, and
right.
it's just not the way to move forward.
Yep.
It's your right, but it's also your right to be stupid. And we're back.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were talking about football on the break, and if you haven't seen Cam Scatteroo play, you've got to go back and just nothing else. Look at highlight reels from. He is just a little wild man. He's a little pocket fullback, and he runs through people. He's just this little fire plug kind of guy, and he's good, and he's just tough as nails. And from everything I've seen of him off the field, he's about half crazy too. So there's that. He gets into it.
Well, I can tell you, as a high school defensive end, I hated those little quick kids that could dart around.
Yeah, and hit you about the belly button. And he doesn't run away from anybody. He doesn't have that kind
Really?
of speed. He runs through people,
Oh man,
So speaking of little,
and he's got a name like Cam Scatteroo.
Yeah, you gotta like
what's
that.
what's wrong with that?
nothing, not a thing.
Scat.
So
I
speaking
like
of
saying
little,
it.
I had this spine issue, my pinched nerve in my spine, so I had to go see the neurologist. And they took my height on their, they have a
Measuring machine?
Yeah, measuring thing we put on top of your head.
Yeah.
I always thought I was 5'6.5".
And
I'm not. I'm 5'5.5".
Did you have your
make you
shoes
take
on?
your shoes off.
I had my shoes on.
So you
And
five.
they had
Well,
things-
you
five,
shrink,
4.5
you
then.
shrink as you get older, right? Especially when your
shrunk.
discs start to compress.
I shrunk.
Well, you probably have lost some cartilage in between your. That's usually what causes those pinched nerves when your cartilage starts to fail.
But I mean, it's getting ridiculous. I mean,
yeah, I'm about 6'2.5", and in high school I was about 6'3.5". So I've got about an inch of spine compression.
if I buy long pants, they're 29 28s. 28 is on
Yeah.
my leg.
Gravity.
I don't get it.
And gravity.
Huh?
Like
You
your
just-
spine hurts, Fred. It's
We'll get you some. We need to get you some custom elevator boots.
I
where
mean,
you put your
I'm gonna
cowboy
get,
boots on with that 4-inch hidden
Like,
heels in there.
like them Gene Simmons Kiss.
There you
boots.
go.
Yeah, we're gonna get you to look
Platform.
like Gene Simmons, but like 5'9".
Yeah.
That wasn't the Halloween idea, but that's a secondary. That's a backup plan.
That could be a kiss.
Stick your tongue out. And let me see. Get it. All right, we got to cut the string and let that out a little bit more.
Boy, that dude had a long tongue. Remember that? He
Yeah,
threw that
I do
thing
remember.
out there, and you're like, man, what is this guy?
It's scary.
And he,
Would you please quit sticking your tongue out?
I mean, I was imitating Gene
Well, I asked him to
Simmons.
do it once, and now he's
well, now he feels like
Yeah,
he needs to do it. Would you stop sticking your tongue out?
I mean,
Nobody want to see that.
Practicing
Your
my-
tongue's longer than his tongue.
and you always wondered why he was, I
I
don't
can
know.
tell you stories about that. Never mind.
Hey. Uh-oh.
No, you can't.
This is getting weird real fast, guys.
No, I'm just.
We're getting close to
I was
Halloween.
I'm a little kid, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, why is he sticking his tongue out? Well, who's he attracting there? And then I'm like, oh.
Lord have mercy. We grew up in some weird times.
We did. The 70s were weird.
Yeah, looking back on the 70s and growing up as a kid in the 70s, there was some weird times.
I mean, you go in, you had these people that hadn't redone
you
the
had
house, they got shag carpet, and you're like,
well, you figure in the mid 70s, you had hippies that had been stoned to the bejesus for 15 years by the time we were old enough to pay attention. I mean, Daddy, what's wrong with him? Oh, son, he had a good time in the 60s, you know. It's just
and that's what happened. They took all those hallucinogenics, and then they made houses. and you can, there's some of them still, remnants of them in Killarn. You go in there and you're like,
what happened there?
Why did this guy make a house in the size of that's shaped like a barn? I mean,
five different floor levels.
Yeah.
I mean, go in those houses with the sunken pits and you know.
And you got that house on the Brady Bunch. That was built back then. They were weird people.
I remember we had the red shag carpet in the den. You step down 3 steps in the house to get down into the den, and the black vinyl leatherette couches that would crack and come apart. And,
Man, I remember.
And the wallpaper with the white background with the black wrought iron stuff, that was classic then.
The Spanish style. You had the red,
oh
the
yeah,
black.
yeah, man.
So I remember growing up as a kid, and my mom and dad building a house when I was probably 6 or 7. They had some property that they had owned outside of town, outside of Chattahoochee, the big thriving metropolis of Chattahoochee. We lived in Mount Pleasant. We were in the suburbs down a dirt road, and they had 10 or 12 acres out there, and they built a house. And I remember the refrigerator and the washer and dryer being like this dark brown color. Dark brown. The appliances were dark brown.
You still see them every once in a while. They're old.
Yeah.
But
and sometimes you'll see the avocado green and the gold.
Who thought that was good?
But I remember the shag carpet being gold and green and kind of a brown stuff.
And the bathroom tiles.
Yeah. Oh, the green
the
and
pastel. You see cars now coming. They're painting cars the 1970s bathroom tile colors.
Yeah.
I see those.
Well, it's like
Plum Crazy Purple has really never gone out of style. If you're a Mopar guy, Plum Crazy Purple. Remember the Challengers and Chargers back in the day. There was a color called Plum Crazy Purple, and it's made a return on the.
I haven't driving no purple car.
I have a question that maybe you all will be able to answer for me.
All right, there, youngster.
All right, young man.
Yeah. Why? Oh, why did anyone ever put carpet on their toilet seat? What was that?
I don't know, but I remember it. The slip-on toilet seat.
What was
I
that?
guess if you want to go in there and sit on it,
you sit on the thing when
need
it's
to do
closed.
business. If you want to sit on it
Well,
closed,
cold. You just sit on it.
put
there
your shoes on or whatever.
And so, okay.
So
in
maybe
that
if I'm
time,
shaving,
people
my wife
would-
wants to talk to me, she go sit on
And you'd
the
sit.
carpet.
Well, you had to have the
like an
match.
extra
You had
chair.
to have the matching rug
Yeah,
around
yeah.
the toilet
Around
that
the base
matched
of the
it.
toilet.
It was simply so it would match. It was It was purely decorative in
I mean,
nature.
shoot,
You had
we
the
had
shag
that.
carpet around the
Yeah,
base of the
that's
toilet.
right.
You had the shag carpet in the little rug that goes in front of your sink, and then you had the shag. Now, if you really got fancy, you could get the shag cover that goes over the tank cover and put it on that too.
Yes.
They made that.
Yep,
I
seen one of
remember
them.
my mom having a shag carpet rake. A
Yeah,
little
yeah,
plastic,
yeah.
remember
I
the
remember
white
that.
plastic round
Yeah, yeah.
pine rake, so you'd go in there before you vacuumed, and you'd rake the shag carpet, get it to stand up, and then you'd vacuum.
Your vacuum cleaner used to have a setting on it.
Yeah, like a high
Shag.
We had a Kirby vacuum
Shag
cleaner.
You had to raise the deck about 3 inches on your lower.
That's right.
And the wood paneling, the wood veneer paneling. If you grew up in a house with wood veneer paneling, somebody had put a belt on your rear end. They had tore your butt up with a belt.
That reminds
They
me of
still sell that.
Church, that reminds me of church basements.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like the wood paneling. I'm like, and there's a portrait of Jesus right there on the wall as you turn the corner, and you're like, this is.
If you had a fancy car, it had that vinyl part of the exterior roof. You had the metal roof, and
Oh,
then it
yeah,
had the vinyl part on the back.
Landau roof.
Okay, yeah, you had to have that.
The Cadillac Brougham and the Monte Carlo, Chevy Monte Carlos had the vinyl top.
Oh yeah, and they always got mildew all over.
Oh yeah, then you had to peel it off. Then when they peel them, when they got bad, real bad, you peel it off, and everything under there is rusted because it held moisture in. It was a really bad idea.
I don't know who came up. The El Camino was my favorite. I wish they still made those. I'd have an El Camino.
Well, I'll tell you what I miss. I miss the vent windows in the pickup trucks from that era back then.
Yep. Yeah, those were the.
When you didn't have no air conditioning,
you had to have those because chances are whomever was driving had a red Winston hanging out the corner of the mouth, and you had to open that vent so that you wouldn't die from.
It worked great as ventilation because I had to ride in that.
Open one side and crack the window on the other side. It'd suck it right and suck all the smoke out.
Lights up a Winston cigarette in the car. You're like. Open that window.
Get in car, the radio controls would be sticky from the tar.
That's when
you get out trying to clean the outside of the window, and you're like, I can't get this thing.
Inside.
Oh wait, it's inside.
Yeah, you leave your thumbprint in you stick your touch.
That's when you had to press in, and it actually moved the dial when you. Press in the thing.
I remember the first time I saw electric windows. I'm like, what? Where's the crank? and it'd make that noise. It wasn't like quiet. Things have changed. This generation, Grant, y'all
missed a lot. Missed a lot.
Grant, what was your first cell phone?
Smartphone.
Did it flip or did it?
It was a no. Yeah, it was a flip.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine was in a bag.
Well, you're not that.
Mine too. Mine too. That joker talk though. You flip that antenna up on that thing.
Man, you could talk to anybody.
Yes, sir. It reached towers way off.
Yeah.
Had to pull the cord out and reach and plug it in the cigarette lighter.
Yep.
I remember when they put cigarette lighters in the cars instead of just the outlets. Remember those?
Oh, yeah.
Man, that thing will leave a mark on you.
Burn you.
Woo. I got a mark on me.
All right, we'll be right back. And we're back. So, what's going on the lake?
Well, I tell you what, with this cooler weather coming in, it is man. The fish have been biting all week. We got a trip today, and I had some folks come from up near Athens, and their dad come up with a bait. I'm going to show this to the camera. This is called a Lucas catch-all, and it comes with a treble hook. I kind of converted it to a bass bait, but they catch a lot of white bass and hybrids on it, and they have all the different sizes. But they was telling me if anybody fishes up there on those rivers, that's what everybody uses. Starting about March, they just catch the heck out of them. So I was going to try them down here, on ours, but I converted that to putting a bass hook on it and put a swim bait on it to fish over the grass the hydrilla on Lake Seminole. And it works. I've caught some fish on it.
Yeah,
sure does.
Sure it does. It's got a lot of flash and looks like kind of like a rooster tail.
It does. This has got a bigger hook on it, like to put on. You can put a worm on that.
Something called there was a shyster and a rooster tail that were kind of that same single spinner, front spinner.
That's right.
Concept.
So it kind of simulates a shad, maybe.
Yeah,
it looks like a shad right there. That's about the shad. The size of the shad right there has been about that size right there.
And they're hitting shad, I guess.
Yes, they are feeding right now. I tell you what, this past week, I bet we've had 6 fish over 7 pounds.
Really?
They're really. Today was a little bit slower Friday when the shows, that front just come in. We had to fish very slow. All the bait was on the bottom, but I'm hoping by this weekend they're going to rise back up and they're going to start feeding.
Isn't it supposed to warm up this weekend? Or
no, it's going to stay cooler.
Okay.
Yes, sir. The water temperature now is 56, about 56 and a half. I'm sorry, 76 and a half.
76, okay.
And it's been slow, even with it warming up this past week, it's slowly been coming down a little bit. And I think with this front, with all that wind, it's going to get it in the low 70s.
Yeah, we've had a lot of wind.
So we were recording this on Friday, and according to my weather thing here, it said the high today is 76. The high tomorrow, Saturday, or the day the show airs, 78.
That's
high
right.
Sunday of 82. So we have just got
And you see the lows, it's going to be in the upper 50s or mid 50s Monday or Tuesday.
Upper 50s, low
gonna be
60s
very
for the
good
next
fishing.
next week and a half or so.
Yeah,
So
it's going to be very
beautiful,
good.
beautiful.
Absolutely.
Good time to be from here. Not
And
unlike
we got
the
hunting.
summertime.
You know, we got I think dove season is this weekend. It's up there.
And
on
Georgia's
Seminole.
been in.
That's
Georgia's
right.
been in.
Florida might be. It's about time for Florida's dove season to
there's-
come in, and then next weekend, a week from today, opening for deer season in Georgia. I'm gonna
That's
be sitting
right.
in a tree stand a week from today.
There you go.
So see the
You got any on the trail cam up there?
Oh
worth
yeah.
looking at?
Oh,
Any-
yeah.
What's your biggest ones you've been seeing?
I've got a big 8-point on my place up there. That's I'm guessing he's probably got a 20 plus 22 inch or 22 23 inch inside spread. He is a massive creature.
Wow.
And then I got another big 9-point that's not wide, but he's tall. So I probably got 3 shooters, three deer that I would shoot running around up there, and a lot of younger bucks and a bunch of does. I'm gonna have to do some doe finning this
Where
year.
the does are out
Yeah.
everywhere.
Oh, they
I
were-
saw some the other day walking around, and over by where you live still had some velvet.
I haven't seen any in velvet in a while.
I haven't either.
There's a little spike. He had some velvet.
Well, all the
Yeah,
all
maybe.
the deer I'm seeing dead on the side of the road that are bucks are all out of velvet
Yeah, all my deer in Georgia are out of velvet. They're all
and spotted fawns. I don't know what it is, but near my house they've been killing spotted fawns on the side of the road.
I've got all my little fawns in the yard. Spots are gone.
You saw where they found another case with just a few miles of over near Bonifay. They found another case of chronic
CWD?
waste disease.
Oh boy.
It's been just long enough to where everybody was starting to think it was not going to happen again, and it just within a matter of just a little
One of
ways.
them things I hope they
Well,
test. I hope they
and
test
it was
more than
and it
once.
was another roadkill case, just like the first one.
Man, I don't know about that.
I-
I'm skeptical. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to maintain the same restrictions in the same area. I think is what I read but
Not
you know,
change anything. Continue the testing process.
I reckon. So I'm assuming this season there's going to be the same places where you can take and drop off your deer and some of the same all that stuff's going. We'll get closer a little bit. Well, I guess it is time. to
You a
start
ways
being
off? No,
concerned
y'all
about
still
that.
a ways off from deer season over
Yeah.
there in
Yeah,
Zone
we're-
D.
Yeah,
Yeah, y'all get started
I
late.
got to go put some corn in my feeders.
I do too.
So I got Charlie into crypto not too long ago.
Yeah, let's put
And
a little
I'm
money in
looking-
crypto.
I'm looking at his portfolio. He's like a crypto whiz. I mean, he's got all these different cryptos.
Well, I'll just put the little.
I don't know how you're
just-
doing that.
What's
I mean,
just small amounts of money, Fred.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
you
putting
got
any
gains
large
on
money.
every one of them, and I'm like,
Well, it's because
I don't know what
'cause I
method you're
read.
choosing.
It's the hit or miss method. You just
It's been going up.
I'm showing you the ones that,
That one
gain.
sounds good. That one sounds good.
I'm showing you the good ones, not the bad ones.
Now Bitcoin has gone haywire.
No, it just took a major dip.
What it did?
Don't look at the stock market today.
Yeah.
If it's right, don't look. If you were fixing to, don't.
You're not selling today.
What happened?
Just
I mean,
it's
we
in
got
the-
peace in Israel. I thought
right now.
Yeah.
My portfolio is down about 2% right now for the day.
That means Raytheon and Lockheed aren't getting their
I'm
war money.
war money. Yeah, the war machine shutting
More
down.
importantly, I'm loading cows this weekend. I'm taking cows to the sale in Dothan on Monday, and so I'm going to put some money in the bank. I'm waiting to buy me some more cows. That's my stock market. This thing
That's
Fred
right.
showed me the other day, I don't have any money in the stock market. It's
You
cattle
understand
stock.
cows.
My stock market's cows, and I'm going to the market Monday with some cows to sell the stock. And as soon as I can find me some cow-calf pairs this spring, I'm going to buy me some more. I'm going to try to get them from the same place. I'd rather build. I'm trying to
do
build
dollar
a
cow
quality
averaging.
herd. And yeah, I'm all into that. So Fred showed me this crypto stuff, and so I put a little money in there just to, because I mean, if you had invested money in crypto a long time ago, not even that long ago,
Yeah.
you there's a bunch
Don't
of
be like the
millionaires
fellow
running
that
around.
lost his hard drive in the county dump and
Well, that's why you don't do it that way.
$250 million worth of Bitcoin lost
but
on a
there's-
hard drive
Golly.
somewhere.
There's online mechanisms to do all that. And here's the thing: you don't put nothing in if you don't have anything you can just throw away.
That's
I mean,
right.
you don't invest your retirement in anything like that. You put now the stock market's always going to grow, and certain what Fred was looking at was these little stupid coins, little meme coins.
Oh, the
and
meme
different-
coins are the funny ones.
Yeah, that's just stupid. I don't understand how any of that work. But the solid gainers are some right now. Anything in there that's
Told you not to look.
Now, that's a good buying
And you went
time,
ahead and
Fred.
did it anyway,
Buy.
didn't you?
Buy right now.
Yeah,
Everything's down. Buy.
if you got anything in
Shows how many times I opened the stock market app on my phone as a Zoomer. It said, "Welcome to the stock market app."
if you put something in there in a diverse portfolio and you just leave it alone
Yeah.
and don't look at it every day,
Yeah.
and don't worry about it. If you just
I
put, the
look at
thing
it-
is be in the game.
I look at it out
That
of
is a lot of red.
morbid curiosity. I look at it and go, ooh. But then some days I look at it and go, So, it's, I don't take it out, so it don't matter. It's still sitting there.
I day traded for a little while back 20-something years
Yeah.
ago, and
With
it
your
was some
attention,
of the
your attention span, Charlie, how did that work out?
Well, it was fine until I quit paying attention. I went on. I was making money, man. I'd come in and I'd go, man, I made like this much money this morning sitting there not doing nothing, and I'd buy and sell, and then me and my wife went on our honeymoon, and it was 25 years ago this next month. And
She stayed
so
with
I,
you 25?
Yeah, man. Yeah. November 11th. Y'all
God
remind me.
bless that woman.
And so we went on a honeymoon, and I didn't realize where we were going. You didn't have internet, and I had just stuck some money in there, just moved over into something I thought was. And when I came back, I didn't have any money when I got back, so I don't do that anymore. It wasn't a lot, but it was enough to at that point in time when I was literally living above the flea market in an apartment in exchange for providing security for him. I was broke, but I had
You
a
were
little.
day trading above the flea market, basically. Which,
No, I was day trading, sitting at my desk at the sheriff's office.
explains a few things.
Well, I mean, it would, you get breaks.
Careful, the
And so-
citizens of Leon County are liable to come back and sue you for
Well, then they can pay me all that money I lost.
come back and sue you for theft of services from the. You were
No,
getting paid for-
I'd go in the morning and
Statute
I'd buy
limitations.
something, and then at lunch I'd sell something, and I would, I'd buy everybody lunch that day if I made some money. Hey man, I just made some money. Let's go eat, and then the next day they tell me, you gonna buy lunch? Yeah, no, I'm not today. I didn't do it right today.
You got a dollar. You're gonna hold a dollar.
But you could set that stuff. You could set that stuff to buy and sell. It's a lot more robust. There's people sit around and don't do anything but do that.
Yep.
There's people.
It's a stressful. I mean, but if you can stay focused, I couldn't, man. I couldn't do it then, and the people that do it now, it's a lifestyle. It's kind of like the crypto thing. If you sit there and watch it, you can make money doing it. I'd rather have all my money tied up in four legs.
Yep.
Yeah, Dale, we together on that. Long as you smart and don't bring in diseased cattle or something into your herd, and you'll be all right. Right now, the cows are selling for crazy
Price of
money.
meat's high.
And I
Meat's high.
don't see it going anywhere because the cow herds are falling, and the price is supply and demand. The supply is going down, the price is going to go up. We had some drought weather this year, so feed prices are going up. And that's all you're going to get for the cattle report.
I'm gonna wait till
today.
you out of town. I'm gonna come hunt some black Angus over there. And
Hunting a cow.
go there and hunt some black Angus south of Mariana.
Me and you don't
trailer
argue about
on there,
much, but
yeah,
we'll have a
bucket.
problem if you do that. That's expensive.
Out there
All right, next week now.
rustling a cow.